Hi.
Yo, what's up guys, this is Curry. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day so far. It's extremely easy to find nitpicks in Deepwoken and push out a clickbait 1-minute slot video. I mean, just look at this, bro, he's tweaking. I wanted to focus on some positive aspects of Deepwoken and change it up a little bit. If you're watching this video, you might have also noticed a huge spike in Deepwoken players recently. There's been a concurrent 2 to 3 times the amount of players than usual without the huge updates that we were expecting. I mean, the game hit like 30k and the only thing that the devs dropped was the drip update. I mean, peep the drip though, it's kinda crazy. Anyway, with the huge increase in players, I was talking to VC to some of my friends and one of them asked me, what exactly is so good about shitwoken anyway? And now me, the dedicated Deepwoken player that I am, I actually did not have an answer. But later that night, the conversation got me thinking, these other games on Roblox do not receive updates or the same type of love anywhere near as much as Deepwoken. We as a Deepwoken player base are kinda blessed to receive updates every week. I mean, just take a look at these other games like ABA, GPO, Anime Showdown, YBA. It just doesn't receive the same love. Like, Deepwoken receives weekly updates. I don't know if anybody realizes like just how crazy that is to achieve in this day and age. There is a huge difference between a passion project and some asset flip battlegrounds game that you come across every other week. Deepwoken falls into that passion project category, meaning the effort is definitely there. I'm just using this as an example, but battlegrounds games have little to no depth most of the time. You just join up a lobby, beat people up for a few minutes, have your fun, and then hop off. But Deepwoken, as in the name, it has a lot of depth, like there's a lot to do in the game. With the weekly updates that we get, over time the game has amassed a decent amount of content to play around with. For example, the new paths. I even cooked up a new yin and yang build, so like, you gotta check that out, bro, you know, stay tuned type shit. Quality of life has also been a huge focal point for Deepwoken devs, and I have to give them props for that. Now, this is not to say that Deepwoken is a flawless game either. Of course, with weekly updates comes some discrepancies, but the overall health of the game has benefited significantly from the sheer consistency of these updates. Just take a look at the amount of changes they made in an effort to keep the game ever changing. At the time of me recording this video, Eno released a new video talking about some of the glaring issues with Deepwoken combat. And while he does make an extremely good point about trackstar builds being impossible to catch, unless you have a build specifically made for that, I'd have to say that I respectfully disagree with his stance on tweaking the PvP every week. This is an attempt by the devs to keep the meta always changing, so that the game has more longevity and reasons to keep coming back. He does have a very fair point in saying that he could spend days making a build just for it to get nerfed on Friday, but this is what happens when players are always seeking out optimization in their favorite game. This will always be an issue as long as there are people willing to no-life the game for the best possible stats. To that end, I have to say you gotta hate the player, not the game. A very good solution to this, however, is that the devs slow down weeklies to maybe bi-weekly, so that people get a chance to play with their new build and whatnot. But this creates another issue in itself though, because there are also a large percentage of people that will then decide that waiting 2 weeks for an update is not worth it, and maybe opt to stop playing instead. If you guys have a better solution for this, please let me know in the comments down below. Deepwoken is still in a content drought, and there really isn't much else to do besides to just wait on the devs and hope that they do the best job that they can when releasing the brand new content like Conquest and Void Tower. As Akamatsu always said, you just have to keep hanging on for that new content. I think it's time that we give Deepwoken his flowers. The hype train for this game is kinda crazy. I mean, just a tiny crumb of content, the drip update I'm talking about, and the game reached like 20 something K on a Monday where everybody's going back to school. If you feel that the game is currently boring or stale, I suggest that you just take a small break. I promise to come back refreshed with a new appreciation for the insane quality of life that they've added. Thank you for listening, and I love you all.